Hey, does this work now? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I figured it out. I'm a little bit more tech savvy than last time. Just a little bit. Maybe. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, another thing. I'm just gonna play this really fast. You tell me if you can hear this, okay? Can you hear this? Did you hear that? We fixed the problems from last week? Did we do it? Welcome in, welcome in. No. Oh, you didn't hear it? Wait. You can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. You can't hear that. Many of these videos working. We can watch it, you guys. Thank the goodness. My weekend was awesome. Hey, I just gotta follow. Look, my alerts are working now. I fixed like a lot of things. I'm getting good. Yeah. My weekend was awesome. Just hung out with my family. How was everybody else's weekend? We good? We good? And did anybody eat any delicious cookies or other pastries from a bakery? I'm all about the bakery goods. Okay, we are going to start off the videos. I was just gonna wait for more people to roll in, but I'm glad it was good. I'm glad you had a good weekend. No pastries though? Nobody ate any delicious pastries? Oh, you had some birthday cake? Oh, I get birthday cake this weekend. I'm so excited. I love birthdays. Okay. Since we did not get to Mushi. Oh, I said Mushi was in the chat last week. Are you? I don't know. Should I wait to see if Mushi was gonna show up? Because I did say that I was gonna watch Mushi's video. I'll wait a little bit longer and see if Mushi shows up, and then we'll watch Mushi's video. Yeah, it's just a family members. Delicious lemon blueberry cake. Everybody's eating delicious pastries. That is good. Don't eat too many, obviously. We don't. Oh yeah, of course, just a piece, just a piece. But then again, like you could say, like you could cut one piece and then off, and then eat the rest of the cake, and that's technically one piece, right? Okay, I'm gonna jump into this video. Yeah, it is though. An uncooked piece. Okay, yeah, that's true. It's in one piece. It is just in one piece. Oh, thank you for the cookie. What kind of cookie is it? Okay. Oh, oatmeal chocolate chip. I like oatmeal chocolate chip. Hello, I am Cookie Lady. I like my cookies. I am a cookie elf. Okay, we're gonna watch Moochie's video. Let's watch. I've been waiting. Oops. Hold on. We'll go back. Source. There you go. Oh, thank you. Sorry. You got your popcorn? I actually had popcorn right before this. Oh, yeah, thank you for bringing snacks for the whole class. I hated that. Like, no, I'm not gonna bring snacks for the whole class. That's cool. We used to play RuneScape at our house, too. That looks delicious. You're someone's villain, aren't you?
Just wanted panties and a bad attitude. Now every little feeling is a public interview. Born too late to be miserable, right? Too late. Now everybody's thriving, so nobody can cry tonight. Just wanna be sad about a crush, not another main character to judge.
This is gonna make me want to go to the beach. Aquarium! Pufferfish.
Wrong opinion Monday, they'll forget.
I'm a secret fed? I don't think I'm very secret. Friendly help. More pizza.
The timelines aren't fire, but honestly, so what? Everybody's canceled more.
The beach is pretty close to home.
Born too late to be miserable, right? Too late. Now everybody's thriving, so nobody can.
Oh, you're autistic for aquariums. They're fun. I love them. Hi, welcome to my stream. I'm glad you finally could make it. Hideki. True. Yeah, they are introvert friendly. Unless you get stuck in one of those tunnels.
Dear diary, the internet ended the world again today.
Yeah, the internet does that, doesn't it?
Anyway, streams at 3.
Oh, bowling! That is a big cookie. Hey, they took my cookie! Come back here!
Not sad, just stunned. There's a difference.
That's a big, I'm in a big cookie.
Between depressed and over it. Just wanna be sad about a crush, not another main.
Oh, it's stuck in the tunnels. Yep, another friendly department. I know, thief took my huge cookie. Oh. Uh-oh. Everyone wants my cookies. I always had One Piece backgrounds. The newest color spread as my background. Oops, I don't know what that is. Oh, nope, we're not gonna watch that yet. We will watch that, just not right now. That was really good. It was super cute. Mushi does really good. I don't really have any complaints because Mushi does really good work. I want to be Mushi's apprentice. Give me prompting tips, Mushi. Baker crowd or Cookie Bros? Cookie Bros? I've been calling people bros, so I guess Cookie Bros is what I would end up saying. Somebody's been calling you guys the cookies. They've been calling you Keksi's cookies, but with a K. Oh. Yeah, Mushi does, I've seen a couple of Mushi. She does, or he, whoever, Mushi does a really good job at making those Aimvs. I have no complaints. They're really simple. They're super cute. I don't see any like super big flaws or anything either. Good job, Mushi. I'm still on the screen. Okay, now we're going to move on to Jinx, a collaborative AIMV by Crimson Thrill and Vesper Blackthorn. Yeah, Mushi, yep.
Much or the city will fall under a 24-hour jinx. I knew it. Nothing.
Oh.
Superstitious nonsense.
Seriously. Cursed items, am I right?
Have you noticed anything strange today?
Can't say anything out of the ordinary.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that looks good. Oops.
Yeah. Listen up. Maybe time to lay low.
Oh, I saw this part.
Jinx.
Oh, so everyone is jinxed.
Look out, my man, yo, poor trash can. Got a mishap or two, what you gonna do? Bad
What
luck,
goodness?
black cat gum where you just sad. It's a no good day, nothing
Oh,
more
goodness.
to say. Pants torn at the seat, got you feeling beat. Nothing going your way.
That's lucky.
Lady luck to pay. Coffee on your shirt, man, that's gotta hurt. Got a date on 5, no time for that jive.
Yeah.
Jinx is the word of the day.
Me too.
Tomorrow,
I like the beat too.
things will go my way.
No. Look.
Jinx is the theme of this cursed show. Gotta be careful. Maybe time to lay low.
Oh, jeez.
4:15, bro, be stuck in the door. Fire trucks came. Luck more
Oh,
the
my goodness.
same. One bro forgot
That
his
is
stuff, one
embarrassing.
got stuck by the cup. Free that last by hour 3. No lie, better him than me. Cross the street, no better. When took this girl's letter. Chase what she do till she broke her shoe. Rental scooter went wild in the trash high pile. No refunds, bro. Take your stank and go.
Oh, jeez.
Is the word of the day. Maybe tomorrow.
That's a weird transition.
Will go my way. Jinx is the theme of this cursed show. Gotta be careful. Maybe time to lay low. Jinx, move your feet. Duck down low to the heavy beat. Jinx, step to the side. Keep your drink and protect your pride. Jinx, hands up high. Watch that cart go rolling by.
Oh, no.
Jinx,
Picnics are the worst with bugs.
Everybody
That's
lose,
even worse with
nobody
bees.
wins.
See? I told you there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nothing.
Oh, can you do one with me owning Quangos? Oh, I'm riding my fuzzy buddy.
I'll allow it.
That was cute. Okay, that was awesome. I mean, there's like a little bit of weird transition. Sometimes the depth was wrong, but something about that, I liked the style and I really liked the beat and it was good. Yeah, good beat. It was a good beat. Yeah, the funky beat. Yeah, that was a good song. So yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, like there's a little bit of wonkiness, but for the most part, Quango's gonna quank. Yeah, they are. Okay. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. It says, why hobbies no longer exist. I was kind of curious. So let's is this the Oron? I want the Oron box. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Okay, let's see why hobbies no longer exist.
Okay, I'm sure you guys have heard about the Crunchyroll store situation.
Yes.
The thing.
Yes. Why is that? Brand new shopping experience that is available exclusively for Mega and Ultimate fans. The new store captures the excitement of convention exclusive merch. That's why they're doing it? Hi, Claw. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you could catch me live. They're literally doing this just because they want to make it like a convention. Oh, no. Okay, so this is like Comic-Con stuff because when I went to conventions, actually, that wasn't really my thing, like convention merch. I just wanted to hang out with people that were like-minded, like people who actually liked anime, because that was kind of not huge when I was going to conventions and stuff. So that's horrible. Holy frick. Collectibles, curated drops, and limited release products inspired by the anime series you loved. At that point, you should just get real official merch. But somebody was pointing out too that like if you get official merch, then you, like they could destroy it in the mail, like they did that really rare game, light novel game that got destroyed, which is so sad, just because somebody didn't approve of it. So, or they didn't know what it was. But even when people do know what it was, you know, sometimes the mail carriers don't really care. It says fragile on it, and they're just like, well, what does fragile mean? But before the new experience launches, we're celebrating with a summer sale with 50% off select items beginning July 14th. Please note that the beginning of July 13th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m., select items will be designated as final sale, and refunds or returns will only be accepted as damaged or defective products. Or damaged and defective products.
Where to get into the store. What I'm saying is to access, to hey, I want to buy something from you. For the privilege of getting onto the store, hey, you're going to need a membership.
That's horrible. You know? As a former Amazon worker, I can confirm there's so many people that stomp on packages and all sorts of other petty crap. What the heck? Oh my God. Do those people get fired, or they just do it so that the employees don't know? What the flip? The last con was Comic-Con, and they shouldn't follow that style on their website. No, you shouldn't follow that style on a website. Like, maybe if you're doing, like, exclusive merch drops or something, but then you don't, like, limit... You have to buy your privilege of accessing the store because that's what you do at cons. There's no cameras in the trailer, so it's impossible to prove. Oh. Jeez. What the heck?
Membership, you know?
Oh, there we go. So if you have to send something back, you pay a percentage of the price. What the heck? Wait, so the Amazon employees damage your stuff, and then you have to pay to send it back because it's damaged. No, I agree. Anime becoming mainstream was a mistake. That is insane. Somebody should do like a hidden camera in an Amazon warehouse or something if that's the case. That's horrible. That's freaking horrible. I can't imagine. Oh no. Oh jeez. We found our next undercover show. Dude.
There's a bouncer outside the club. There's a cover charge. Yeah, just to look in. Hey, just to browse.
Yep.
And it got me thinking about the monetization of hobbies. I get, you know, hey, I get it. I look around. I collect manga and I do manga videos on YouTube and I talk about stuff, so I understand.
Yep.
I understand a little bit of hypocrisy, a little bit.
I wouldn't say that just because you buy manga that you're being hypocritical, right? Because he's saying we're praying for the privilege of getting to access those items. Because books have been around for literally ever. And we didn't have to pay to go into a bookstore and look at them, right? Like, we could just go into the bookstore, look at them, and if we liked it, like what we read on the back or whatever, we could buy it. Now they're saying that you, in order to even just peruse the items, you have to pay to get into the building. And I don't think that is the correct choice in this situation. And I really hope that very few people like jump on this solely for the purpose of buying merch, right? Like, they don't get more members because this is what they did. Like, I hope they don't see any more extra numbers. In fact, I hope it goes down. I don't want them to have more profit. Book fairs? Oh yeah, book fairs were cool. But I don't think you could do them the same way. Not since we were kids.
Of, like, if you have a hobby, it feels like your entire feed, your entire social media, internet feed, it funnels you into other people that are also into your hobby.
Yeah, I like that about social media.
I've talked about this, like, the idea and the reason that I enjoy making videos about stuff that I like is that sense of community, right? Like, the comments and you kind of find like-minded individuals that like your stuff. Because
I talk about how I was when I was still in school, I was talking to like people on forums and chats and stuff. And that's what we did. I mean, there was not a lot of us, but there was enough of us to where we could talk about what we wanted to talk about and learn new animes through each other and mangas and stuff like that. I think it's important to have, even if it's just a tiny little community, to have something to look forward to, or you're just going to be like, well, where do I go from here? Or like, what do I talk about? Or like, who do I reach out to? So I think that there is good in like-minded individuals liking the same things as you do.
Most of the time, you might not know in your real everyday day-to-day life people that like this stuff.
Nope.
But what I'm saying is, when your feed is littered with people that like the same thing that you like, I really like camera stuff.
I'm glad you guys. I met you guys too. That you guys are cool.
You start comparing yourself to these people, and to me, a hobby should just be about enjoying it.
That's the problem with hobbies, isn't it? Because you get into this like, if I don't own as much as the next person, then I'm not as good. Like, I just feel like I'm failing in that hobby. Like, I haven't bought a manga. I don't remember the last time I bought a manga. I'm sad. Or like anything that's like anime merch or anything like that. But it doesn't mean that I'm any less of my hobby, because I still read it at night and I still really enjoy it. And pretty much it's always on my Christmas list and stuff. Like, I still want that stuff. So just because you can't afford to be like the top tier hobbyist does not mean that you can't enjoy your hobbies for the little that you do or do not have. So that is a social media thing. And it kind of, I think that ideas are more important than actual, like, I mean, I do think that you should be able to own your hobbies, obviously, because I'm against the gatekeeping of the stores through money. Obviously, I want people to be able to access everything. But at the same time, still enjoy it, still be able to get to people. And cons, like, I've only ever been to one con, because after that I couldn't really afford it. So quality over quantity. Yeah, exactly. Just because you have like a lot of manga doesn't mean that. Oh, and also, if you're trying to get into a hobby and you're just freaking rich, right? Like, you could just make it look like you read it, right? As opposed to like people who might not be able to afford to buy the copies, but they have access to them for a limited time, and they've read way more than you, and they've watched way more than you, but you just look like you have. You just look like you're in the hobby because you own all this stuff. So unfortunately, that's where we are right now.
Especially in your day-to-day life, where everyone has that stress of, whether it's job stress, school stress, parent stress, personal stress, whatever. It's a very, listen, if you don't know this, it's a very stressful time to just exist.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. Right?
But everything,
Everyone kind of has their...
Everyone has stress like every single time period, right? Like we can't just be like, oh, this is the most stressful time period, but it's probably actually not the most stressful time period. Like throughout all of human history, we're probably living pretty good. Like, let's be honest.
Own stresses. And so I've always assumed hobbies are something that you're just going to enjoy. You just enjoy these hobbies. And when you're funneled into this stuff and you start seeing other people and
there was a meme going about that. We need a start for beginning hobbyists to buy the best gear before starting. Yeah, I agree. Because that makes like people who have been here longer who just simply cannot afford it look like we are quote unquote lesser, which is silly. That's not what we are. We have other things in our life that we have to prioritize our money for. Whereas maybe they just don't have those things in their life. I was able to read countless manga before I used to work at a library. Oh, see, that's cool. You used to like work at a library so you could read as much manga as you wanted. That's awesome. But you don't own it. You just read it at the library when you're working, and then you go home. And people are like, "Well, how dare you? I own more manga than you." And it's like, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you've actually read them or anything, right? Like I don't have any proof of that. I don't go to cons, but I'm a huge fan of anime, manga, and games. The huge rise of cons over the last 10 plus years was caused by the tourists. I really, really, really hate this like boom in cosplaying and the like with the fansly situation and everything. I feel so I'm disgusted with what they've done, especially at being a woman that actually really, really likes anime and manga. Like, I don't want to have to sit there. Like, if I actually want to cosplay, and then it's like, oh, are you trying to do something for your like OnlyFans or your Fansly or whatever? It's like, no, I'm literally here because I think it's fun. Yeah, it's so gross. You're cheapening our hobby so that you can sell. Ew. Like, it's annoying, and it's so. I just genuinely, I cannot put into words how. It's just cosplaying. They just found a way to ruin that. Makes me very, very sad.
Start judging other people's success or talent compared to yourself, I guess. And maybe this is just me, right? I can only talk about my personal experience. Maybe you don't do this. Great for you. That's not what I do, right? You start being like, oh man, this is like so cool. Will I ever be able to get to this level, right? Even take manga collecting as an example.
Yeah.
When you start getting into this hobby,
yeah.
I'm, again, just talking about myself. Maybe you don't do this. That's great. Talking about me. You start seeing other people's collection, you're like, oh man, that is such a sick collection.
I do.
I really want to get to that level.
I do. I know the other people who have like the mangas and they're like, oh, what the coin? They have all the mangas, but they have like the figurines of like the mangas that are like they're like in each little section, and I'm like just super jelly of that. Like here's my manga section, and here's the figurine that goes with the manga section. That'd be so cool, but alas, I do not have that.
Point. And that's great if
it was
you
overwhelmed. It was overwhelmed. The nice thing about Comic-Con or like anime cons used to be like you could go and you knew that everyone there was weird like you, right? You could just probably go up to anyone and you could probably at least the mainstream ones, right? Like ones that most people watch, you could probably just be like blah 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 and they'd be like yay or whatever. You didn't feel like you had to hide anything. That was the reason to go to cons. And now because they've mainstreamed everything, like when you want to go talk to people about stuff or like you're like, oh, I see you have this bag, and it's like, do you actually like this, or do you like it because it's mainstream right now? Like, how much do you actually know about it? Because before, if I saw somebody else with a One Piece bag, I could be like, oh, like all of this information and all of these devil fruits and all of this lore and all of these characters that most people probably wouldn't understand, right? But now it's like, what do you know? Like, how much are you invested in this? Like, autism, is this like your hobby or is this like your means of getting attention? And I don't know. I'm sad.
Enough to be like, I'm going to do this responsibly.
Overwhelming for my wallet. Oh, it's overwhelming for your wallet. I had fun going to con, but there wasn't really much that I wanted. Con's back in the early, yeah. I refuse to go back now. Too many tourists and companies involved now. See, here's the thing. I went to a con and it was not run by Foundation. It was not run by anyone. It was a fan thing. And I was like, this is amazing. And then I went to look at the website the next year and it was like, oh, sponsored by Funimation and everything's dubbed. And we can't have AMV contests because technically those are copyright. And we don't, like, as Funimation, we don't have the rights to these certain animes, so you can't enter, like, AMV contests. And if we do have AMV contests, you have to follow these specific strict rules. And also you can't use this music or anything. And it was like, this is painful. I don't even want to go. Like, it doesn't sound fun. Like the year before, it was all like fan subbed and it was all like whatever you could bring. And it was amazing. It was so fun. Yeah, HR got involved and they were like, how dare you show this stuff that's not licensed in America? Or how dare you show like AMVs or whatever and give people a taste of the music or the anime or whatever. Like, oh no, how dare you show clips that with out of context don't really mean anything. They're just reactions to the music behind them, right? Like, come on. This is ridiculous. Yeah, HR ruined everything.
Let's just say, hypothetically, you're not. So right out the gate of that hobby, you're already stressing over like weird stuff. Like stuff that doesn't really matter. You should just enjoy a hobby for just enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I feel like in today's internet culture where all your social algorithms are feeding into this one thing.
Yeah.
Not only are you comparing to other people and other content creators or just people you see on the internet, these strangers on the internet,
they're strangers.
Then the companies get involved.
Ooh,
and then all
companies.
of a sudden, you're being fed ad after ad after ad about stuff you need. Hey, you really want to get into photography? You're gonna need this lens. You're gonna need this ND filter. Let me tell you. This microphone, this tripod is so perfect, you need it. You want to get into manga? You really like manga? Here are a bunch of ads, a bunch of people saying, here's this giant manga haul, right?
$3,000 birthday. Dreams. $3,000. Hi, Ohio Birdman. Good morning. Good evening. The $1 million question. How many of these show off went into debt to get their collection instead of doing it like a proper hobby? Oh, so you're saying like they got credit cards and started the business, quote unquote business, instead of a hobby. And then they're like, okay, well, because this is super popular right now, I can do it right now. Dude. Okay, so like Pokemon Go, when it first started, everybody was into it. And I was like, I literally told people that I was excited for when it wasn't popular anymore because I could just go play with people that actually cared about Pokemon. And, oh crap, I forgot where I was going with this. But anyway, then it happened and I was excited and I had a story and I lost it. I'm so sorry, but I am thankful that there's a lot of people that don't play it. Obviously, people still play it. I still play it, but I am thankful. Like it's gone now, and that people are still like, wait, you still play Pokemon Go? Yes, I still play Pokemon Go, and yeah, it was like one of the first things my husband and I did when we were dating and stuff. So it's kind of like just a part of our relationship. So. But what kind of fan are you? That's how I feel. Pokemon Go a couple of years after it came out, and it was the best. I still play it. I started day one. I was so excited. I still love it. We just did the Pokemon Fest, the summer fest that happens every year. Super fun. I'm at the Big Mama arc in One Piece. Did you finish One Piece? I am caught up in One Piece, and I read in case DJ sneaks in here and says any more spoilers, I caught up. No surprise attacks this time, DJ. I could never get into Pokemon Go. That is really cute. My mom and stepdad did the same thing and used to do it together too, and they're probably about 20 years older than us. Yeah. The Pokemon Go is really fun. Oh, they thought it was so funny because they were talking about like when they had the first highest tier of Pokemon, they like ran the numbers for ages, and they always said that the senior citizens were the ones that had the most because they were retired and they had the most free time. So they were the ones out there grinding. That was awesome.
Crunchyroll. I know this is gonna shock you. I don't really like Crunchyroll that much.
Whoa.
This is your first video that you watched of me. Hey, Crunchyroll, not that great.
No, I've never watched anything on Crunchyroll ever. Like even when it was like a pirate site or whatever. I'm pretty sure I've never watched Crunchyroll. So there you go.
This way for a long time. Go back to a bunch of videos that I've talked about Crunchyroll. They're not great. They're not a great company. They're owned by Sony, and Sony's been doing great lately in the media. Have you heard? Sony killing it on
super good
ownership and physical media. Doing great publicity, great stuff going on. And so when you have these companies that are not only
I know Sony
like feeding this stuff to you, right? Feeding it.
It's really sad though, because when we were growing up, like Sony was it, right? Like PS2. That's what we did. We also played a lot of DDR though, so that might be why. Go figure, a house that's a lot of, people. We played mostly DDR. They were late to the party. Horrible subs was a lot easier back then. I don't know. I've gone through so many sites. I don't know what site I was on. All I remember is one manga, and I will always miss one manga. There will never be a one manga. There will never be anything like it. That's the only site I actually care about that died.
Feeding it. Now all of a sudden one company is saying, hey, we bought up some stores, Right Stuff Anime, perhaps, and they funneled all of this stuff into one corporation or one umbrella, which is Crunchyroll, which is like, hey, they are your number one place to stream anime and, trying to be the best place for figures, anime Blu-rays, manga, all this stuff, right? They for years, they have tried to position themselves as like your one-stop place for all of this stuff that you really love in this hobby. By the way, if you're interested in looking at it anymore, we are going to need money from you once a month. Once a month, we're going to need a little cash just to look, not to buy, not giving you stuff for your subscription. At least, right? Whether you agree with it or not, at least stream an anime. You're paying that subscription and you can still stream that anime. They're giving you something. The idea that this Crunchyroll store experience is to look at it.
I feel the same way.
We're gonna need cash from your bank account. Is crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna be
horrible.
honest. It's just crazy. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Go to Books A Million. Go to Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other online retailers.
Yeah.
Go to a physical store.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I feel this way. Me and Rex were talking about this the other day.
Don't know who Rex
I feel
is.
this way very strongly. I think that while prices, it's hard to beat, the Amazons and the Books A Million, especially, stacking those coupons.
I don't know who Books A Million is.
But I really feel like mom and pop are used thrift stores, the Second and Charles and stuff like that, are incredibly important.
Yeah.
Incredibly important. The reason I say that, the reason I say physical stores are very important is because with this idea of, even if it's physical media, which I absolutely love, holding this,
yes, me too. I like having it. Yeah.
You still buy stuff online.
Yeah.
And the idea of physical stores going slowly and slowly away and everything going online, it becomes so easy.
Well, even with thrift stores, right? Like you can see if you go to a thrift store, you can see the condition that it's in without being lied to because it's right there. You can see it. Whereas a lot of times you will be like, this looks good. And then you get it and, it's not the quality that they say it is, you know. And I would prefer to see it if I'm gonna buy it. Like if I'm gonna buy it used, especially, like I want to be able to see, like look at the quality. So physical discs don't mean anything if they all have DRM built into them. DRM. What's DRM? I'm sorry. What's DRM? It's are those the okay? So I don't know what DRM is, but is that the mechanism that makes it so that everything's online? So the disc just reads like a website or basically or whatever. Because I know that that's some games are like that, where you quote unquote have the physical media, but it's basically. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't like that either, because you don't own it. Like you still don't own it. Like you, is it? It's digital rights management. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't think that that's the best way to go about selling physical media, quote unquote physical media, because it's not physical, right? You don't have the actual thing. Like if you have to be online, it's not a single player game. If you have to like download it or something, I don't know. I think that you should just be able to do what we did when we were kids and have the physical game, put in the cartridge into the machine or CD or whatever, and play it. Just right there, without needing any updates or anything. No DLC, nothing. Just it's all right there. You could maybe have a save card or something, but that's about all the extras that. Maybe get a Game Shark or something. I didn't use Game Sharks. I'm a little young for that, but yeah, you know what I mean. VHS. VHS is not that old, is it? We grew up with VHS. I guess I didn't like buy it because I was like a kid. So I guess Books A Million was a store chain like media play in the 90s. See, we bought stuff at Borders, so I don't know. And that went out too. DRM is pointless now. Even the flagship has been cracked. Oof.
To control what you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's already pretty easy to control like what's in there and what's not in there. I mean, again, look at Crunchyroll. Hey, you want to go look at some, volume 22 of Sakamoto Days?
I still didn't read that.
That's good because they probably only have about 4 on their online shop. Don't worry about it. Back in the day.
I ordered Special A. That's a romance manga. I don't know if anybody like 11, like a year ago, and I'm still trying to get it from Amazon. So I need to find another place to buy it. Clearly, I'm not getting it.
Day, you could order something and be like, to let the company know I want this volume, so then it can let the publisher know, hey, we have X amount of back orders and stuff from our warehouse that people want this volume. Maybe you should do a reprint, right? All these numbers could get aligned, so it makes sense for the business people to make more copies so that people that are interested in this stuff can get these things. You can't even do that anymore. Like, that's the wild part. And so
you're in Sweden.
Such a big thing about ownership. Ownership in this online space is going to become more and more important. Right?
Yeah.
And you see comments, or at least I've seen it on my videos before, and I've seen it on other people's videos, where that phrase, the internet phrase of like, you'll own nothing.
No, you'll be happy. Yep. Wow, this guy's more based than I thought.
It's weird to think about, because I grew up in the time where you had the Blockbuster videos, the Hollywood videos.
Yep, Hollywood videos.
I even had a place, it's a true story, I'm going to try to find a photo of, it was called Movies.
Oh.
A cow was their mascot. Movies. Moovies. And there were a lot of local rental places like that.
Wow.
I grew up right at that edge.
That's a lot of emulated games.
Became a huge thing. Gamefly,
Yeah, oh yeah, Gamefly. Holy crap, Gamefly!
Netflix was mailing DVDs stuff at the time.
Oh my! I actually got Gurren Lagann from the DVD Netflix. I never finished it. I had to send it back. I still need to finish it. What is my excuse now? Just go finish it, Keksi. What is wrong with you?
And I remember being so excited about the idea of streaming something. Like that idea of I can just I can hit this button on my console. It's probably the Xbox 360. It's probably what I use. And they have the Netflix and boom, and I'm watching whatever. I think it started out with like 100 movies on it or something, right? And then all of a sudden
Gamefly still exists. They also clowned on Sony after the announcement. I didn't know Gamefly still exists. That's pretty cool though. Good for them.
Stopped sending DVDs, and then their digital library grew huge, and now Netflix is what Netflix is. But to come from that thing of watch,
I actually like the idea of having just one place where you could get all of your stuff. Like Netflix was great, right? Because everything was there. It was like all Disney and everything, and everybody was there on Netflix. But then they were like, well, now we all need our own streaming stuff, and it's like, okay, so now we're just back to cable. So what are we doing? Yo ho, yo ho.
Watch that go from a physical rental store to, I can go to just this kiosk in front of a Kroger, they're called Redbox, and just get a movie. And then now everything is mainly streaming. I had to look it up. Gamefly's still out there.
They just said that.
Mail them. They want to mail you some physical discs. You could rent some games for a while, not for the PS6, as we know. But growing up in that transition period has been super weird to see it go back, and to see how people realize that ownership is important.
Yeah.
And I know I've gotten off on tangent about physical and digital ownership, and this is about monetization of hobbies, so I'm going to go back, but it's kind of, if you think about it kind of all is like connected, because taking everything to digital makes it take away from the physical, which makes it like you don't own as much, which means that people who can get their hands on the stuff that is rare are going to be the people that look the best in this, right? So he's not as far off as he thinks. He is going in the right direction. To buy a PlayStation just to play a few of their exclusives, and I refuse to do that. I refuse to support Sony anymore. I used to be a big PlayStation fanboy and dropped them to become part of the PC Master Race. A cookie store soon? What kind of cookie store are you looking for? Wow, it was the beginning of the end. Yeah, it was all the beginning of the end, and we didn't even know it. Need to get that off my chest. I'm still a little mad about the PlayStation stuff and the Sony stuff, and now with this Crunchyroll thing.
I really hope that people actually stick with not supporting Sony over this. There have been so many boycotts that didn't stick. That's okay. You can be like Candy Jim. You're still cool. Ohio Birdman was late too. You're all cool. It's all good. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Even if you're late or early or whatever. Thanks for the cookies. I think that we should keep boycotting, because I do think that boycotts do tend to be like a very short-term thing, and then we go back to them. So I agree with that. Remember who is riding you and who is sliding you. So.
But when I'm talking about the monetization of hobbies, I remember growing up, hobbies was just something you
lost
did,
power.
right? You didn't have to be good at it.
Like what?
Honestly, it was just...
it's okay if you lose power or whatever. You don't have to be here the whole time, or you can rewatch my stream. Any support for me I appreciate that. I like it to work, but I really that people playing PlayStation actually use the internet much. Vote with your wallet. Yep, vote with your wallet. We take it to the extreme. As an anime and manga fan, I really, really wish I could just buy Raws. I know there's a place around here that sells Raws. I should just go there and buy Raws.
Just like, hey, dude, I'm gonna get into sewing. I'm just gonna get, I don't know. I have this rip in my jeans. I'm gonna learn how to sew.
Yeah.
And you kind of find like this piece about it. And then you're like, I just really like sewing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play pickup game of basketball. Like that's just kind of my hobby, right? I'm not trying to get into the NBA. Like just having hobbies where you don't have that pressure of I need to be successful, right? I need to be the best at this thing. Where hobbies were just something that you did where
you could buy raw straight from Japan. I know, but there's a place around me that I could buy raws too, so I really should just buy raws. I also learn Japanese. I mean, already at 1K subs, you have people lamenting missing your streams. That bodes well for the future. I hope so. I'm just having fun with you guys and talking about hobbies in the anime industry. And man, like, it's just so weird growing up, like where we grew up, because I feel like we're between two very like distinct futures. Like we grew up partially in the analog phase, but we also grew up like with this like we have been like around in technology since we were like kids growing up. It's just there's so much going on. The good thing is, right, like obviously as somebody who likes AI and stuff, I can do what I wanted to do my whole life. I could work in animation. I could be an animator. I'm so excited. Like I've been working on my Aimv and I'm actually super happy. Like this is something that I've always wanted to do. At the same time, they can take stuff away from us too. Like we all have to live in this weird digital world box thing. And I don't like that. I gotta brush up on my Japanese. I've been much too lax with that. I took 1 semester of Japanese in college. 1 semester. And then stuff happened and the professor had to leave. And then they went to Chinese instead of getting a new Japanese professor. So, you can also have AI translate it. That is true. I can also have AI translate it. I might just do that. Okay, already that was fast. Yeah, I'm just waiting for, enough watch hours now. I'm pretty close. I'm like 700 watch hours away or something like that. So should get there by the end of the year at least. Think a lot of us appreciate that you've been around for a long time in the community. I've been a lurker here for so long. That's why I was wondering if that's why another reason why I've been kind of, because it's not like I'm new, right? Like I've been here. I just haven't been here like physically. Now I'm physically here. Physical media is very important for preservation. We have a lot of physical media in our house.
I don't have to worry about a boss, having to perform for a boss or having to be good at it. Because even when you're growing up, right, you got to go through school, you got to make okay grades and you got to graduate and then you get a job and you got to perform these certain tasks so you don't get fired so you can live somewhere and pay your bills. And hobbies were supposed to be this thing of this break, this thing that you should randomly stumble across.
I'm an older millennial, so I don't really hang out in many places. Most of our generation online as streamers are. I don't know. I tend to watch Gen X streamers, like the last little bit of Gen X streamers. I'm not even that old. Like I don't know why I'm watching old people. Maybe it's like the wisdom of my nerdy elders. Yeah. Once the power goes out, no more digital media. Yep. Yeah, that's why it's important to. That's why I feel like you can need both. You need to be able to live in the analog world and the digital media world. So that's good for our generation, but we need to make sure that we raise the next generations to be that way too, that they can survive with or without the internet. With or without AI, you need to be able to make food or be able to, or like whatever, like have your cookbooks that like the physical copies and the digital copies. Don't just rely heavily on, hey Grok, give me a recipe for some kind of steak.
And you really enjoy it. And I'm guilty of this, right? And I think I've done videos about this, is when you monetize a hobby, when you kind of say do videos on the internet about a hobby you really enjoy.
Yep.
There's some times you feel like, I don't really like this hobby right now. But you have that weird pressure of like, well, I want to do this, you know, or seeing your social feed be bombarded with all these videos of these hobbies that you.
I think that we're starting to understand the importance. Okay, let me read this. One thing is I'm noticing more lurker nerds of all ages showing up more in the algorithms, at least on the stream side. I think it is because we're nerds, right? We're trying to protect our spaces and we're kind of tired of it. We're tired of people saying, no, you can't do it this way. No, you can't like your hobby that way. No, you can't do that. No, okay, stop. That's not how we hobby. You can't force us to hobby the way you want us to hobby. Like, knock it off. Like, we have our voice too, and as much as we like to lurk and be in the shadows, there's gonna be a point, everyone has it, that you break and you say, okay, no, calm down, it's fine. Like, we don't have to live this way. My mother did have a cool idea for digitalizing our recipes by doing videos, so you'll have the repeat card and then a visual example too. Yeah, that's actually smart. And then I watch a lot of cooking channels. We watch a lot of cooking and baking here. ASMR cooking and baking is kind of my thing. I love ASMR cook. No music. No music. Just the sounds of the kitchen. Super calming. Along with several generators, big and small, I'm prepped for SHFTF. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're looking into generators and stuff right now. When I say I mean Fitzgerald is looking into generators. I have no idea what we're talking. I don't know what a good generator would look like. He is looking into it. It's like Kirsha says, now is the time where we can just sit back. Oh yeah, I hear her say that all the time. Like, if you want to grill, they're gonna come get you after. They're gonna come after you anyway. So we need to fight for this right to enjoy our hobby. Yeah, yep. And then maybe there is a little bit, because I watch Kirsha too, so maybe there is a little bit of that stuck in my head where I was like, yep, I can't just sit here and enjoy manga and anime anymore. I have to do something. I've got to stand up, and I can't just sit back and watch animation fall apart either. Like I said, I wanted to work in animation, and now I have the tools and to be able to do it myself. I moved away from the cities almost a decade ago. Oh man, that's our goal. Make a homestead. We want cows, and we want a baby. What are they called? Mini cow? We want a mini cow because they make like 3 gallons, so like a day. So I feel like we could make our own ice cream and butter and stuff like that. That'd be so fun. And chickens. That's what we want. That's our and then a little garden. That'd be so nice.
Are really trying to get into, and you see the best of the best because that's the stuff that rises to the top, especially in social media. And so you start judging yourself against those people. And then all of a sudden, this hobby that you're just supposed to do for enjoyment, it's not really fun anymore. And the other problem is, now that social media has been so easy to broadcast your hobby.
Oh yeah, ultimate gatekeeping hobby is gardening because it requires labor and effort. Just go back to the main job, right? Back in the olden days, the main job everybody was doing was gardening. Everybody, pretty much, like the vast majority of people were gardening, like because that's how we got food, being a farmer or being a gardener. So, yep. It's very, very important to know how to get your own food. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know that you're going to always have access to the grocery store. I'm very surprised to see so few places to read manga online. Has most of that been divided up into the different publishers these days? Manga Park. Oh, I remember Manga Park too. And one manga went away before I knew it. I remember the day one manga went down, everybody was freaking out. My whole community was like, what do we do? We all had to go find a new place. But that's how we found out how to find new places, right? So probably was a good thing. Bought a fountain pen recently. I'm taking up writing. No, anything specific, just recording things. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We might not be able to have digital records forever. What happens when most stuff is digitalized? and then they just wipe out history. It's like a fire, right? Like, I don't know how they would do that, but it's possible. Like, if you lose power, it's gone. Basically like the fire of Alexandria, right? Like, we could lose all of our history if we only keep it on digital. I crave having my own garden and maybe some chickens. Chickens are useful. I look forward to that. Imagine how much lower costs could be if the majority of people just grew their own tomatoes, lettuce, and onions. Yeah, because I guess it makes me think of the war. I watch Tasting History with Max Miller. We like that channel here. So it just reminds me of how they had to have the wartime gardens. And everybody did it. And it helped immensely. It just helped a lot. It kept people from starving just by simply growing like just your own vegetables. You never know, just a little act just like that can just help the entire community or the whole nation. It would be Library of Alexandria levels of disasters. I know. It's called Amazon Kindle Fire for a reason. Well, I hope that we can keep to have physical media so that we don't have that problem. We need both. Don't get me wrong. I'm obviously not a Luddite, but I do think that we do need both. Tasting History. I love that channel. I like that channel too.
The world, more people are picking up hobbies. That's great. But then companies can see this and say, there's a lot of money to be made off this hobby. There's a lot of money in this thing that's supposed to be just someone enjoying stuff. How can we get in there? And then you start seeing this monopolization of a hobby. Crunchyroll is a perfect example of that. There were so many places that were kind of just these corners of the internet. And Crunchyroll was even that way itself. They started off as a pirating website.
Yep.
They were going to be king of the pirates. You know what I mean? And they've turned into, they went legit. And so I miss that time where the internet was a place of
Homestar Runner. I like Homestar Runner. Oh, I like those too.
Spots, little communities, little things that you could stumble across. And it just feels like the internet's becoming this place of a handful of big websites. And so if you're into this hobby,
they called them internet ghettos. Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever. You just get funneled into them and then you can't get anywhere. Because even when I was on my forums and my chat rooms, it was literally on a specific website that I went on it. Yeah, the aesthetic of it was so unique. It was so individually and now it's all just so, I can just remember going to school and how everyone's websites looked exactly the same and mine looked like a 90s website. I actually got a good grade, weirdly enough, but it was all so corporate and stale. And I was like, maybe I just don't belong here. It did have a lot of character, which is probably why I got a good grade, because the Space Jam website's still up. It was up a couple of years ago. Yeah, just go back to the original Space Jam website, still up. There's nothing like that now. It's all very formulaic. It's very sad. We've all lost our unique. Make Victory Gardens great again. No, I agree. Make Victory Gardens great again. I think it's very important, especially if you have kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews. I mean, even if you have just nieces and nephews, you could totally just grow a garden and have them come over once in a while and help you garden and stuff. Even you could teach the next generation, even if they're not your kids, right? I looked into long-term data storage for a while. SSDs with data within a few years if they aren't powered onto every few years. Disk drives last longer, but only to 8 years or so. That's what I've heard. Digital libraries are dying, and they're not. Thank you for following me, Joker Rinkin. Have your welcome cookie. Enjoy it. You have to actually use dedicated storage, specific. Oh, specialty discs or tape for it to actually last long. Yeah. So that's a good. But the cloud storage isn't going to last forever either. So books obviously last longer, right? Like that's where we should be storing the most important information and photos. Ben, I need to print more photos out. It's kind of important, isn't it?
This is where you go. And with that comes that control thing of it, right? That control thing of
You have to actually use dedicated storage, like
well, everyone kind of goes here. So if you want this, we're gonna buy all these little places. I can't go in there anymore.
Nope, you can't go in there.
With the intent of let's back up. When they merged with Right Stuff and all that, they were like, hey, this is how we're gonna live. This is how we're gonna do it. And they've completely thrown that stuff out the window. And it started a long time ago. There were people that talking about Crunchyroll canceled Right Stuff orders. You know, they had that little Right Stuff Legacy tab with all those orders, and they started canceling those. And now with this little cover charge to get into their store, it just... What bums me out is it's not a place to celebrate the hobby anymore. It's how can we make money off of it. That's the thing. That's the problem with monetization of hobbies. How can we make money off of it? It's not a place where people can kind of get together on the internet because they can't find, or they just don't have friends in real life that are into this stuff. And so they can't just like enjoy this hobby more because they have this community. Now it's like, you know, hey, pay the toll to enjoy this thing. All of these companies that really should, I feel like, embrace the hobby and celebrate people liking it are just trying to make the most money, which that's been around forever.
I mean, yeah, obviously, if you can make more money off of it, then they're going to do it. But I think it just becomes kind of, yeah, more disgusting, right? It's just using people to make more money without actually giving them a better product or a better experience. And we've gotten to that point where people are actually doing this. They're paying for the privilege of seeing physical stuff. And that's all because it's popular. Not because it's good or whatever. Because it's clout that they can, oh, I have the Crunchyroll, you know, access to the store and I have all of the special stuff and look at me, I'm so great. I want to lightly defend the money people. A lot of them, certainly Crunchyroll, started out as people wanting to be able to make a living out of the thing that they love. And he was talking about that too, but at the same time, they still... Okay, also, they were bought by Sony, right? So that's not on the original Crunchyroll. That was on Sony. So, same with Rooster Teeth, right? Like, they get bought out and it slowly got worse and worse. So, you gotta be careful who you sell your stuff to. Are most of the original people still Crunchyroll? Are they? That's what I was wondering, because they got bought out by Sony, right? Yeah, the started out as is the key point there. Yes, that is the truth. Yes. You got to be careful who you, like I said, you got to watch out because if you started it, then your name is attached to the project, whether you like it or not, right? Because like worst case scenario, like if like you sold it to the company that then changed it. It started out as good intention. Yeah, unfortunately. Rooster Teeth, geez, that was sinking boat. Yeah. Me and Fitzgerald were just talking about Rooster Teeth, how they were like Red versus Blue. The earlier seasons were good, and then they just slowly got worse and worse. Books are long-term strange, and hence why Common Core public education is removing cursive and reducing the literacy rate. My kids are learning cursive. I don't care. And yeah, I see. Some people in our generation can't read cursive, so I think that's really homeschooler. Yep, that's the plan. The great thing is they have homeschool groups and stuff. You can go like on like outings and stuff. There are like tons and tons of options that you can have good peers for your children. Be careful about churches because remember, church kids go to public school. So be very careful about who you send your children with. Oh, more childhood nostalgia. RBB. Oh, Railroad versus Boo.
Corporations have always wanted to make.
Thankfully, I learned cursive while homeschooling, but I'm not super good or fast at writing it. But I can read it. That's the point. Like for me, if my kids can't do it, but they can read it, I want them to be able to read old documents or old books and stuff. Like even my grandma's generation, she used to write in cursive all the time. She used to chastise us for not writing in cursive. She's like, "You guys' handwriting's horrible," because we would write in print. Writing scripts is so fun with a fountain pen. You get like a feather pen. Estimating study I've seen recently was almost 7% of all students in the USA are now homeschooled and have been pulled from the indoctrination centers. Fitzgerald was talking about how the 2020 opened a lot of parents' eyes to how schools were being run. So a lot of more people are either getting involved in the school system itself and trying to make sure that their kids are learning the correct things, or they pulled out of the school system. So they're either way, parents are getting more involved with the children's education, and I think that's the most important thing. Whether you choose to send your kids to public school and then talk to them about what happened at public school and get involved with PTA or whatever, just make sure that you know what's going on, or you homeschool. Obviously I'm in the homeschool camp, but yes, I definitely think it is very, very important to make sure that you know what your kids are doing. What's going on? Everyone to be able to read the founding documents. How would you get everyone who currently does not know how to read cursive to read cursive? I only have control over my little community, right? I can't sit and force everyone to read cursive. I think one thing that held me back from learning cursive is that we don't use low friction pens like fountain pens. I was forced to use pens. All of it was either third or fifth grade. We had to use pens. We couldn't use pencils. So only pens and only cursive. I can't remember if it was third or fifth grade, but it was one of those. School system is so far gone to recover, sadly. Yeah. I'm not even joking, guys. I think that in the next 10 years, we're going to have robots. They're going to be teaching. They've already got them in New York City. You're going to have either robots at your home, you're going to be teaching your kids, or robots are going to be teaching your kids with like maybe some student aids or something as real people. But for the most part, me and my chicken scratch. Yeah. And each generation just gets worse with the handwriting stuff, especially since we all just type on our keyboards and Kindles and iPads and stuff. So just make sure you're teaching whoever you are in charge of, whether you're a teacher at school or you're a teacher of your kids, or you have your nieces and nephews or whatever, cousins or whatever, whoever you can teach. Yeah, robots. I agree. I'm team robot. I would love AI assistant. Grandma's birthday cards are only in cursive. Yeah. We got to make low cost private schools. We got to be careful about private schools too, though, because a lot of private schools they just send their kids there because it's rich kids. They're not there to learn or anything. It's about the prestige, not necessarily about the actual learning. Musk isn't wrong about the AI robotic future. He's just wrong about the time frame. He claims that AI is going to be smarter than humans within 5 and will replace humans in most things. Is that in 5 years? I don't know. Some people out there can't even bother to type correctly. Sometimes I don't type correctly, but that's just because I'm distracted. But I try to go back and edit it when I can. But yeah, like I said, I grew up in chat rooms, and the chat rooms were really, really fast, and I shorthand everything. I still do that. I'm working on it. I'm working on improving that because I still shorthand things. But
money, but it just feels like hobbies are not for just the fun of it. Like, and at least from what I have stumbled across on the internet, it feels like sometimes people get into hobbies, and if they're not good at it immediately, or if they don't try to monetize it some way or another, they kind of just give up on it. And it also feels like people are into hobbies that they don't even want to be in.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, look at the
Why?
Logan Paul
Yeah, I
stuff
don't like
I've done
that.
a video about before.
Yep.
A lot of it feels.
Was it Mr. Beast and Paul, one of the Paul brothers? Yeah, it was one of the Paul brothers. I was trying to figure out if it's one of the Paul brothers. The last name's Paul or he was Paul. Anyway, yeah, they started entering it because there was money to make and everyone saw it and they called them out and they were so mad. They were so mad. How dare people gatekeep their hobbies? It's like, we don't want you here because we actually like our hobbies. We don't want you to monetize our hobbies. Please don't make things more expensive. Kersha believes that this is part of the plan so no one can read the Constitution. That's I mean, I believe that before I heard that right now. I 1000% believe that's what they want. They don't want people to actually be able to read stuff for themselves. So, yes, that is why it's very important to... But the weird thing is like, we could print that, right? Like, we have print copies of the Constitution and the historical documents. So, like, we should be able to read the original text, yes, 1000%. But at the same time, we also have, like, people who can read cursive and people who can read the original and be like, yeah, this matches up. Oh, wow, excited to be catching you live. Hi, Spiral, Sunfire. Welcome in. I'm glad that you can catch me live. 5 years is an unreasonable timeline. We already see AI do well teaching kids in smaller communities in Korea. Oh, I didn't know that AI was teaching kids in Korea. That's actually really cool. I need to look that up. I will look that up after this. The technology is there to some extent. It's just that we still prefer it the old way. Do we prefer it the old way? Or is it because we are used to the old way? Because kids, right? Kids, like, especially the newer kids, they're not going to know the difference. In fact, they'd probably prefer it with AI. It's similar to the destruction of religion in the West. It was pushed through schools to reject all forms of religion. Thus, people had to find other ways of finding the community feeling. Oh, yeah. Because church is a big, like, way of finding communities. Exactly. People get worse at grammar, reading comprehension, and writing. It is so important, especially when you look back in history. Like, the people that were easily pushed in a certain direction were the ones that were not capable of, like, forming. It's not like they couldn't form their own thoughts. Like, obviously they could form their own thoughts, but it was like that they didn't have, like, enough information. So you don't know what you don't know. Like, I don't know stuff. I don't even know what I don't know, but they didn't know a lot. So that's why they're trying to control everything. They're trying to control the information. That's why they're mad about the internet, and that's why they're trying to censor. The EU is very big on censorship, isn't it? Writing is how people organize in larger groups than chatting distance. Yep, because you can send letters via pigeon. That'd be fun. I wish I had a pigeon I could send letters to people.
It's like, I'm not really in this hobby, so I can't speak on it. But from the clips and stuff that I've seen on social media, it feels like a lot of the TCG stuff is that way.
Oh, yeah.
Where people get into this because they're like, there's money to be made. Which sucks for the kids growing up. Like, I cannot imagine having a kid that's like 6, 7, trying to get into a hobby right now. I couldn't imagine it. It sucks for them.
Yeah.
It really feels like how I grew up and that mythical time, which is the whole reason, you know, I have nostalgia about this stuff, where it wasn't $100,000 to, like, get into a hobby or whatever. That's listen, that's an exaggeration.
$100,000.
It cost all this money to get into this hobby. I couldn't imagine trying to get into Pokemon right now. Like, everything's sold out all the time because people are trying to pull the Moonbreon. It's one of the cards I know. Moonbreon? I know that. So I really feel
Umbreon. Oh, I was like, Mumbreon?
Kids trying to get into stuff now. Because it's even getting to the point of, if you want to show your kids, like, old video game systems. I remember you go to GameStop, and they had, like, this bin. I got a Sega Dreamcast for, like, $20 in this bin.
Wow. You can go to Japan and get them really cheap too, and they use stores, and they're such good condition. So, like, take your family to Japan and just buy all the things at used stores. I know, it's the scalpers. And I just hope that all of this makes it so that, like, maybe some, like, younger Gen Z or, like, older Alpha make like, they just obsessed with digital media or, like, physical media. Like, everything, like, when, like, in 10, 15 years will be, like, it's huge. Like, physical media is huge. Like, everything is physical. Max, like, no more minimalistic stuff. Just, like, maximize everything. Just, like, be hoarders again. Like, I really, really hope this all backfires on them, and it's just, like, these people that grew up in this era are just, like, I just want to own everything. I just want to touch stuff. I want to be a part of it. 4K hobby talking. The digital print can be easily edited and altered. Yeah, but for right now, we have people who can read cursive, and we have people that can read print. So the same people can, like, tell you, like, this has been changed, or this has been changed, or this has been changed. We do need people to keep saying this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. But obviously, if you can do it yourself, then you know that they're not lying to you also. So I think that, obviously, I'm on team teach everybody that you can cursive, at least how to read it. All well and good for adults to get into these hobbies, but it sucks for when they take them over. Like that guy on Financial Audit with thousands of dollars in Pokemon debt. He has thousands of dollars in Pokemon debt? I enjoy Pokemon, and I do not spend that much money. Pokemon Go is free on your phone. Also, there's like just go to game shops. They have used ones. They're very common, but you can still, that's a good way for kids to start. They don't have anything. You can almost anything at Super Potato. I tried to go to Super Potato. We could not find Super Potato when we were at Japan last time. I've got to find you Super Potato. Learning basic Japanese saved me a ridiculous amount of money as a kid. Yeah. That's probably what I'm probably going to have to do, is just sit down, and learn Japanese, or use AI to translate it. The new generation has been priced out of everything. It will either be violent or desperate. I hope not. I don't think that that's true. I think that the younger generation is going to start figuring out ways of getting physical media and stuff out. I don't think that they're going to be trapped in this hole forever. I have hope. Call me optimistic, but I don't think that this is going to last forever. It would draw interest, even if only being retro. Yeah, Clownfish talks about how there's a retro bang all the time. There's a retro boom. There's a retro boom going on. Lots of people want retro games and stuff. Get a crow family that trusts you for messenger birds. They will bring you shiny things and scare off other crows that want to eat your plants. Hey, there you go. That's smart. Family crow. Yeah, the cards specifically would follow delivery trucks around to buy them in bulk from the stores in his area. He would just follow delivery trucks around and then buy them as soon as they were dropped off. They don't let people do that anymore. Buy bulk Pokemon cards. But I've seen the fights that they have. Like, I saw one in the Target or something. They were like, it was crazy. They were like knocking over shelves and stuff. What the flip? I think they'll be fine. We figured out pirating. They have way more technology handy to circumvent the issue. I think the younger generation will be fine.
You couldn't even be like, dude, you know what? I do want to show you this game. Let's just run down to the game store, pick up this really old console that's crushed in value. It's $5 and a handshake, and they give you a Nintendo 64.
Yep.
Right? With a copy of Mario 64, and I want to show you like what it was like when I was growing up.
Can't do that anymore.
They don't have that.
No.
To be able to pass on your hobbies to your kids, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, there's always a loophole. They'll find a way.
And
yeah,
so
I believe they will.
I'm pretty thankful if I ever do have kids, right? They're gonna have some reading to do if they're into this stuff. Right? I'm not gonna force my hobby onto my kids, but They're going to have some stuff because I physically can own this. But could you imagine 10 years from now building up this digital library of stuff because everything's going digital, and then one day, 30 years from now, trying to show your kids something and it's just gone?
Yeah.
That's what I think about.
Yeah.
And that's why I think physical media is important. That's why I think physically owning something is important. That idea that it'll always be around. That idea of going up into your attic and blowing off a dusty, like, bin and being like, this is what I was really into, right?
Aww.
Here, read this. It was pretty cool when I was growing up. And I think this digital future that is probably 5 years away,
Jeez.
you're gonna feel the ramifications of that in 20 years, 30 years. I think we're feeling the ramifications of it now. And the monetization of hobbies, I think.
Yeah.
Like, kids are just not gonna have hobbies because they're like, or it's gonna be. And again, I don't have kids, so I don't know, but they must be. It must be different hobbies, right? But I think we lose a lot of history when the hobby becomes so focused on making so much money, and it really bums me out. So yeah, that was another upbeat, happy video for you guys. There you go.
Thank you so
Boom.
much.
Up happy? Aren't you happy
I'm
by the
so
end of this
happy.
video? You stoked about where where media and everything is sitting? Yeah, me too. Hey, me too. But yeah, this Crunchyroll stuff, man, it really got me thinking, and just how it feels like everything is getting fed to you, and hobbies
Happy.
are kind of disappearing. It feels like, you know. But let's talk in the comments. Let me know. Do you have a hobby? Actually, don't let me know. Do not let me know in the comments if you have a hobby that you feel like is good and no one talks about, because then people are going to start talking about it.
Exactly.
And it could go bad.
Yep.
So I was going to say, let's talk in the comments.
No.
Let's not.
No, keep it to
But
yourself.
Yeah, man, I hope
Keep it.
if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.
keep that secret hobby secret. Yeah. Yep. Happy and upbeat feeling. I just feel so bad for people that they started out one way and then it just went completely crazy. The problem is when we were growing up, everything was like, okay, your main mission in life, everything. You sit down in your chair, you do your work, and then because you're going to do your work, you'll get into college, right? And then when you get into college, you'll make a lot of money, right? So everything is revolving around money because our whole lives was like, everything that you do since you were a kid, you were told that when you're an adult, you make the most amount of money that you can, and you get the best grades so you can make the most amount of money that you can. You go to the best college so you can make the most amount of money that you can, and then you just do whatever you can to get the most money that you can get into your wallet. That's what we were told our whole lives. So now it's just like everyone all the time thinks about, what can I do to make more money? Because that's what we were brainwashed to do, right? Like we were all just like, just make more money, just make more money, just make more money, just make money, just anything. The college lie that put 3 entire generations into massive debt. Exactly. That's what we were told. Just make money. We're cogs in a machine, and just your job is to make money. Feel the economy. You're just a cog in the machine. Just feel the economy. You don't need to do anything else. I like in Costco with the membership, you can buy online 2 boxes of the Pokemon cards, but this one guy bought 20 to 25 memberships so he could buy a ton of Pokemon cards. Then after that, he refunded the membership. That's oh no, that's so horrible, but also funny, but also horrible. Don't do that. But it's funny, but it's also horrible. That's, yeah. This whole thing is just, it maybe because we lost religion in schools, we lost our purpose, right? And so now the purpose became, make money and go to college, and that's all that matters in this world. Just, what can you do? What can you physically own? What can you physically show off to people? I fell for it too. I went and got a pointless ASF computer programming analysis, and I learned absolutely nothing I didn't already know. And college, they told us, they were like, when you grow up, you can't do anything, you won't make any money unless you go to college. We all went to college. Okay, so now if everybody goes to college, then nobody's special. And now they don't even want college kids because of the fact that they're college kids. Or I guess we're adults. College adults. They don't want graduates anymore because they expect a certain amount of money. When people who know that that's not the case, you have to start at a start at like 40, 50, $60,000 a year, and they're thinking like, oh, when I graduate graduate college, I'm gonna get 100, 200, whatever. And it's like, that's not how the real world works. We were lied to. So we've got all this inflation, and we're all just struggling, and we're all just trying to figure out like, what are we supposed to be doing? So they take over things that are popular, and they sell it, and they make everything worse because it's all about money. And now it's you better go to grad school if you want to make money, which is even more debt. Yeah, dude, before I was like, when I was actually in school, I was like, I think I'm gonna have to go to grad school because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Luckily, I got out of that. Got out of that mindset. Certainly, and my taxes pay for it now, but you don't pay on the way in. It's all about perception. Yeah. That's the thing, is like, you don't feel the consequences of it until later, especially when you're a young adult. Your brain isn't fully formed until 25. So why are we signing out our lives away when we don't even really know what's going on? Now, there isn't enough people in the trades. Yeah. Trades are where it's everything, but the problem is, like, with me, I just, like, if you have kids or you have nieces or nephews or whatever, cousins or whatever, you look at them and you say, we were lied to our whole lives. All I want to do is teach you how to survive in this world. Like, you could thrive no matter what happens. Like, you'll be tech savvy, you'll be whatever, like, if there's still airplanes, who knows? Like, we don't know what's gonna be available. Like, we didn't know that YouTube was gonna be available. We were told that we wouldn't be able to carry calculators in our pockets when we were kids. So, like, obviously things change, and I don't know what's coming around the corner. I just want to do the best that I can with the knowledge that I have to prepare my kids for whatever happens, and that they can do whatever job without it being a big issue. So for me, it's not about like, what job do you want now? It's about, what can I do to prepare you for any job that might come up in the future? Now I'm a lead tech and run my own side business. So that's good. Trade school, baby, I did it right. Hard labor sucks. Did you go straight from high school to trade school? The trades will eventually be replaced by robotics. That will be far harder. I wish you luck, man. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, go into trades. Oh, you did go right after. That was smart. Now there isn't enough people, yeah. That's crazy. Well, I have another video, but the way I talked this video, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. I could watch another AIMV though. College can be a good path, but you need to have a plan. You need to choose a field that will... The problem is, people go into college with a mindset, and then they go in and they're like, okay, well, this is too hard. Like, a lot of people will go, this is what I saw. They went to be a nurse, and then they came out like a psychologist. Like, a lot of girls did that. Like, they came out like with a psych degree. You want to do another AIMV? We can do that. Let's do another AIMV. I gotta leave in 20 minutes, but I can do an AIMV. I can't do another long video. I talk a lot. Okay, let's see. I avoid physical labor due to my skin's condition, but it's good path to go now. Construction's really good. If you can get into construction, that's probably... But, yeah, the trades are super, good. Beyond space love are yappers. We love you. Yeah, yep. Yep. I unfortunately cannot stream for 5 hours. I'm gonna watch this one just because I've never seen an AIMV from this person. So let's watch something different. This is I Can Fix Helvetica, The Meaning of Love, Simp Parody by D.O. Cookie. I've never seen anything by D.O. Cookie, so let's watch something a little different. Her braids are kind of similar to mine. Banana Juju. In the next 10 years, they're expecting the trades to lose about 30% of the workforce without replacement. Gen X is retiring and no one will replace them. So the next 10 years, you don't think that they're not going to have any extra robot help or anything like that? They're not going to be that advanced, so you think that they're going to... That's fine, that'll be cuter. Okay, let's watch.
La la la, smile for me. Where is she? La 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 la.
Oh, that's 20 to 30 years.
In a little guild hall where rumors always bloom, I heard about a blonde-haired girl lost inside the gloom. No one knows where Helvetica hides, but the stories feel so right. Tragic eyes and cultist smile, man, I'm already hooked tonight. Used to believe in happy endings, now she's lost in the night. But I'm the hero in this campaign, I'm gonna make it right. This is the meaning of love. I can fix Helvetica, I swear it's true. I'll chase every rumor, grind every quest for you. She'll drop the blade and say, stay with me once I pull her through.
Well, that was a weird transition.
This is the meaning of love. I can fix her.
I can't fix her.
I can fix her. Right. La 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 la. Hit level 10, clear the ruins, spot every bard around. One more whisper, one more clue, I'm never backing down. Party calls me delusional, but I know she's misunderstood. One final dungeon dive and I'll fix that broken heart for good. We finally meet in the shadows, moonlight on her blade. She's whispering, stay with me forever.
Yep, that's something.
I'm not afraid. I lean in close, heart racing like a raid boss drop. This is the meaning of love. Wait, why is the screen going red? I love you so much it hurts.
Yeah, that's...
Die
Yep, that's...
for me. Health screen pops up. Character deleted. Guess I couldn't fix her.
no.
Better luck next campaign. Smile for me.
That was good. Well, yeah, there was obviously a little bit of AI jank going on some places, like when she was reading her book. But I think it was just mostly like, I mean, obviously these are things that we have to point out because we're trying to get on that level, but obviously this is just a fun song. I don't think this is gonna be in any winning, but this is fun. So, Graham, have you? Speaking of Homestar Runner, have you guys ever played the Peasant's Quest game on Homestar Runner? Probably not. Nice. It was a really nice video. Yeah, it was fun. It's a very deep book. It's a very deep book. Pretty cool. Part of the Angels Roar competition. I don't know. Was it? Yeah, I was gonna say that was Andore. Official entry for Angel Sword AM. Oh, yep, this was an Angel Sword contest. Oops. Well, we just saw the first one. That was really cute, though. Yeah, this book, when she opens it, like, or, oh, wait. Let's see, someone's weird. Oh, she used her magic, but then Something happened. I don't know, it weirded me out. But it was just magic, so that actually worked out really well. It just looked weird because I was... Oh yeah, that's true. Was that a part of the prompt? I didn't see it. Was that book flipped over? Oh, I was gonna say, that looked a little weird. Yeah, the stuff that we had to watch when we're... working on our AI Aimvs. I mean, I understand why the heart was there, but that was a little weird. I wouldn't have transitioned, but that's just a personal thing. I don't think this is acting like, well, paper, unless this paper's very stiff, or she's sleeping with it. Aside from that, there's like this, this right here feels a little light, or it's either light or it's like not in the scene, and maybe it's a different style or something. Something about this character right here is weird to me out. Yeah, my character was in the same game as Helvetica. She almost killed him. Oops. Same game as Helvetica. I don't know enough about I should look more into Helvetica's lore. I mean, I think I saw a video on her lore, but I can't super remember it. Yeah, I use AI on a daily basis, mostly for storytelling. The lighting is flat compared to the background. Okay, yeah. That's what's going on. I was gonna say there's something, this character doesn't look like it's in the scene. The torches are behind them, the lighting decisions. Oh, yeah, that's true. Helvetica is a major enemy in... Oh, yeah. I know that about Angel Sword, but... Yeah, like I said, I feel like I've watched a video about Helvetica. I don't know. I think it was her lore story.
But I know she's
Is there anything else that anybody else noticed? I think Aoife had a lore video on her story. Yeah, I think that's the one I watched. Keksi looking at the cracks in the armor. I'm sorry, that's kind of why I'm here, though. I want to point out, like, this is really good, but also, like, we need to work on this so that if we go outside of our circles, right, and we want to enter other contests, then I'm sorry. I've actually entered film contests, what are they called? Film festival contests. So that's why I'm actually going through these with you guys, because I actually I would love for you guys to be able to go outside of just this little community and actually enter other contests. That's my goal. I want to get people to the level where we as our community, our space, can win contests outside our space. Not really, other than the book cover in the beginning. Okay. You said something looked off the dancing transition, or was it just the basic slide transition catching you off guard? It's there was like a heart. I don't know if I already missed it. Oh, right there. Did you see that? How that like had a heart, but maybe it was a heartbeat. Maybe that was what she was trying to portray. It was just a little weird. Your experience is invaluable. I mean, that's why I'm here. I really want like indie gaming is doing so good right now. I want indie animation. Like, I don't want just the digital circus. I want it to be as big and as competitive as. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it was just supposed to be... I don't think it was supposed to be a transition, but kind of read as a transition. So it's kind of... Maybe it was just too much. I don't know. That's my opinion. Flash transition. Yeah, it was weird. I don't like transitions that transition into the same scene. You is something... Okay. I noticed in AI anime art, I noticed her bangs are almost always the same. The hair bangs. Yeah, I noticed that my hair bangs are kind of like banana jujus. Which is... I didn't know that till the other day, and I was like, oh no. Can't wait for AI to get better and better. I want regular people to start making their own visions. Yeah, I want it too. I want everybody to be able to compete. Heck yeah, indie games, indie books, indie animation. We got to create the stuff we want to see in the world. Exactly. then I want to be able to compete. So I want everybody to get good, and then we can make Hollywood scared. That's why I'm here. Okay. Working on games, but gotta get fast at it. Yeah. There's some people who put a freaking Aimv out every freaking week. I don't know how they do that. It's crazy. I'm like still working on mine. It's been like a week. I don't know how they do, and I haven't even finished my first, so I don't know how they're doing this. Maybe when I get better, I can learn how they're doing it. But it's like when I started making my sourdough pizza, I was like, oh, this is gonna take forever, and then now I can just whip it out and pretty quickly. So I guess once I start learning it and getting like it's ingrained in me, I could probably do the same thing, right? It's just learning how to learn and how to do it. And I will be the death of creative companies that refuse to innovate. I agree. Man, that's the point. Everybody is competition, so you better figure it out or you're gonna be left behind. That's what I want. Okay, Keksi, I'm glad I got you on Kick. I'll catch you next Monday. See you. Bye, Joker. Thank you for coming. Sourdough pizza sounds good. I make discard sourdough pizza pretty much every Friday. It's all good. That's why we make it every Friday. If you don't have a sourdough starter, super easy. The hardest part is just getting it to start eating the yeast and stuff. But once you get to through that first part of it, you just put it in the fridge, feed it once a week, and then that's why I make sourdough pizza every week, because I have to feed it once a week anyway. Might as well use the discard. Sourdough pizza sounds delicious. It's so good. Sourdough discard pizza is so good. I highly recommend it. If you have a sourdough starter, they sell sourdough starters at the store too. So, would recommend. Yeah, you can just buy a sourdough starter and use it to start your starter dough, and then feed it once a week in the fridge if it works. I've never done that. I actually use the regular recipe, which is not hard. So, sourdough is great. Oh, kombucha. I don't like kombucha. I don't like that stuff. Like that stuff and kimchi and sauerkraut. That stuff's all really, really good for you. Sourdough is like the only one that I actually like out of all those, though. Keeping pet bacteria fungus to make food more delicious. I mean, we need healthy bacteria and fungus in our bodies to keep us healthy. I don't know what to tell you. I hope nobody's eating during my stream. I stay away from the bread making. I'm quite sedentary and have to watch what I eat or I'll blow up like a balloon. That's fair. But sourdough's not supposed to be like as like heavy as other breads, because that's the point. Like it's like if you do it properly, it's supposed to be like light and airy. I've never made a proper sourdough loaf. I was one of my loaves was really close, and I did proper rolls one time. The rolls were easy, but I've never made like a actual proper loaf of sourdough. I watch. Oh, Kirsch. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I shut it off really fast when Kirsch started talking about that stuff. I'd love to try making my own. What is it called? It's a sour herb that is popular in Asia. That's kimchi, right? Is that what you're talking about? I don't like kimchi. You underestimate my love of homemade bread. Homemade bread. It's so good. My husband has started making ciabatta, and it is amazing. Gotta make sure I don't eat too much of it. Yeah, right? Too vinegary. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't really like vinegar. No, not too much. Yeah, obviously I'm a sweet kind of person, but I also like meat. I really like, well, I can't even say I like meat. I like, I like steak. I like fried chicken. I like, ham. What about I don't like pickles. One time when I was a kid, I ate a tray full of pickles, and I don't want to eat pickles anymore. That was stupid. I ate a whole lunch tray full of pickles because they were out there, and I was like, I love pickles, and now I don't like pickles. Balsamic vinegar can be nice. It's different from kimchi. Oh, it's different from kimchi. I don't know what that is then. I'll have to look that up. It's on a food program from Netflix. I watch a lot of food programs. Maybe I can look into that. What's your favorite kind of pizza? What do you guys eat on your pizza? Pickled ginger. Oh. Yeah, pickled ginger is really popular in sushi restaurants. Palate cleanser? Or radishes? Oh, the pickled radishes. I think I've seen pickled radishes more in the sushi restaurants I go to. I apologize for nothing. I'm not a fan of pineapple in general, so I don't feel like I can have that conversation. I eat any pizza, but cheese is the best. We get extra cheese on our pizza. Light sauce, extra cheese. I like supreme with white sauce, extra green peppers, and onions. No meat. Wow. I say a meal is not complete without some kind of meat. I need a meat protein. You guys hunt over there? We have a lot of elk and bear. I've eaten deer jerky, but we don't hunt. I hear heresy no pineapple ever on pizza. I don't like pineapple at all. So like I feel like I'm not allowed to answer this, like, because it's not fair. Like, if you don't like something, then you can't be like, well, it doesn't belong on something, because it doesn't belong on anything, in my opinion. Bacon pineapple? Supreme, also sausage, beef, chicken, and others. It is basically a big mix. Just I used to work at a pizza shop, so. What did you? Oh, what did you wish? Big pizza topping. Okay, well, thank you for joining my stream tonight. I am going to go eat dinner, and hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you next Monday. Bye.